Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. And today we have yet another Japanese ship at our hands that we need to have a look at, the Syonan. This battle rating 3.3 Japanese subchaser from 1944 is one of the Hiburi class, and it is very interesting because it tells you lies, sweet little lies. When I got this ship first stock, I think that it was fully operational, and obviously you can upgrade all the things that there are, but at the end of the day, it's stock as good, nearly, at what it does when fully upgraded, and that is killing nearly everything. And this is what you can see in the background with the footage. And funnily enough, I got the same map so often in a row, I think that, it just kind of shows what this ship can do. I stock grinded it all by myself, and I obviously inserted here some golden eagles for the tool set and the fire protection system, aka the repair kit and the FPE. So that was my only golden eagles sin. Other than that, I stock grinded it. As you can see, the ship has two big cannons. Those are 120mm 45 Type 3 cannons with 480 rounds. And they rotate really slow. And they have an extremely low rate of fire of 12 seconds. At this battle rating of 3.3, that feels like an eternity. But you have quite a nasty punch with them. The firing angles are okay. The forward turret gets knocked out quite often. Not so much the rear turret. But that's not really what makes the ship count. But let me just brag on a little bit about those cannons and just rant a little bit about them. So, slow turret rotation speed, slow rate of fire every 12 seconds. That is like the Admiral Hipper with its 8-inch guns, not 18. That's soon to become as a Tier 3 premium Japanese river patrol boat. Trust me on that one. Jokes aside, this one is having half the amount of 120mm guns with twice the reload time than the K2 for the Germans, which sits at battle rating 3.7 in a destroyer line a tier higher, but funnily enough also spawns with patrol boats. So in a major gunfight, you not just only have the slow turret rotation speed, the low rate of fire, and the lack of amount of guns in your disadvantage, but you also don't have AP. This ship doesn't come with AP shells with it, and the HE, while having a respectable up to 22mm of penetration, at shorter distances the kinetic factor is a bit more, but 22mm of penetration. That leaves you at a severe disadvantage versus many ships, and you notice them. The Soviet armored river patrol boats, like the one I'm currently shooting. And that is a big problem. Yes, I overturned and I paid with my ship. I noticed it way before it happened, but the ship is kind of slow, kind of sluggish. Top speed 36 kilometers per hour, and you're a big target, but you can soak up immense amount of power. But you also can dish it out. And this is where we come to a selling point of the ship. Now, I'm not quite sure how many of you know this already, but the seal clubbers amongst you will now smile, aren't you? I know you guys. Because we have one single 25mm Type 96 cannon in the very front of the ship, or just in front of the bridge behind the big 120mm turret. And then we have 5 triple 25mm Type 96 cannons with roughly 30,000 rounds of ammunition. The Daka train knows no end. This is putting every bird to shame. And yes, that was my objective opinion. Jokes aside, this is hilarious. Once you get below 2.5 kilometers of distance to the enemy, there is just no escape. And the stock belts is all that you need. You spray so much. It's if you use the AP shells, you could say that you just point the golden shower at the enemy. It's that disgusting, believe me. Yes, it's broken. Yes, it's overpowered. Yes, it's just absolutely stupid and it ruins the gameplay for everybody else, but it's just stupid in a nice gaijin way, you know? It's not a premium, but it's still broken, okay? If it would be a premium, I tell you gaijin would make millions of the selling of this ship. Again, main batteries, not really that great, but you can punch back to destroyers, even beyond 6 kilometers. I did that. The reload is bad, the DPM is bad, the amount of guns that you have for the big guns is bad. But all this just doesn't really matter, because Taka, it knows no end. And again, the ship has barely any armor, just around the turrets there is a bit, but it doesn't matter because you're so huge you can soak up the fire. But you never stop really burning, don't you? And those Russian armored patrol boats, those Russian armored river patrol boats. Sorry, I'm testing some whiskey here. Best job I've ever had. So you see, I'm relaxed today. I'm not really angry about the upcoming thing, because a lot of those players are using obviously some reward ships, some premium ships to grind their way, and especially the Soviet MBK 161 from 1943 has some side armor plating between 7mm and 14mm. Sorry, wrong ship. Damn it. 52mm at the main citadel, and 18 and 12mm at the stern and the front respectively. And at short distances, when they give you full broadside, you still just mow them down. The second they angle though, you just never gonna kill them. And yes, I know I should have used the other belt here, but I just couldn't elevate the guns. Ooh, look at that flooding. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? Wait. We have to go back to that one. The age-old problem. You destroy an aircraft, it still can drop bombs, or it still does damage, and we drop to 36% buoyancy. That is ridiculous. And I don't know what kind of held it up, but I'm glad that I did. Okay, let's go back to the 25mm. So the funny part about this ship is the placement of those guns. You see, if you go straight at an enemy, two of the triple 25mm and the single one in the front can actually already point at the enemy. And if you angle the ship just right, you can point at the enemy with up to 4 triple 25mm and the single 25mm. So the one risk that obviously is involved, if you use the secondaries, which are supposedly the anti-aircraft batteries, then, well, you cannot really mow down all those aircraft with your AI gunners. But, you know, only direct kills are honorable kills where you are in command. But the thing is this, I don't really like the 25mm. Because the single gun, you know, the muzzle velocity is not the highest, the shell damage is not the greatest, limited magazine, reloads, slow traverse, very often they get knocked out, but there are just so many of them that now it's a viable option. If those would be 40mm Bofors or 20mm from, for example, some of the German ships, they obviously would be in some cases better, although I think that, you know, with the 20mm, you have range restrictions to less than 2 kilometers and also magazine capacity issues where you only have 20 rounds per magazine. So yeah, here you can keep up the Daka like there is no tomorrow. You have 30,000 rounds overall on ammunition. Again, if you angle right, you can spray down the enemy with up to 13 25mm guns at the same time, and if they're knocked out because there are secondaries, they get repaired faster than main guns. Here, look at the damage output versus another equal ship, and you can see that I do a lot of damage quickly and eventually blow up the ammo rack. But also it was just a sign of how much damage the Syonan can soak up. So Syonan, quite a powerful ship, slow but steady and sturdy, a lot of damage output. You can hose down enemy aircraft if you time it right, etc. There is just so much. Again, let's quickly recap it. Main guns, limited. Long range, HE splash damage, check. Very low rate of fire, very low DPM, bad. Bad turret rotation speed, and they leave you with some big, massive magazines above the waterline, just under the turrets. Easy to hit, easy to aim for, and there is not all that much that you can do. The selling point is not the armor. This ship doesn't have armor. It's not the fact that it can soak up quite a lot of damage, although that helps staying in the fight. But it's the sheer amount of 25mm, and the stock belt again is all that you need, and I think that makes this ship pretty strong. And again, it has some issues fighting the German Kanonboot K2, which also spawns with patrol boats while it is in the destroyer line, while it's a tier higher with twice the amount of guns and twice the reload, so it has 4 times the big gun DPM. You can see that a great many things don't fit together, and we need a massive decompression overhaul even in the patrol boat area to make it playable. Because imagine you're a new player and you come across that thing. Oof. So yeah, and actually that's it for me today already. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this ship, how to engage it, your style, and how do you play it. I think it is funny as a bag of batches, but it's again broken, but we are used to this at this point in time. We need a decompression patch already, only for naval forces, which are still in beta. It's quite frankly hilarious how stupid this thing is, but sometimes stupid can also be fun. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please give this video a like if it did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, in the skies, and on the waves of War Thunder.